spiritual guidance. Here live to do an all signs reading. This evening, we're going to look specifically at you and the person that you're currently connected to in love and romance. And we're going to see specifically what do they feel about you and what are their true and honest intentions moving forward. Keep in mind, though, that time is fluid in tarot. So these messages could resonate for your past, present, or future. Also, in these readings, the roles could be reversed. So please only take the messages that are for you and leave the rest. I've already blessed the deck collective, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Because this is an all signs reading, I encourage you all to check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign of your natal chart placement. So that way you don't miss any important messages that could be for you. If you don't know what your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign of your natal chart is, I'm going to drop a link down in the live chat for those watching live. If you can't see it in the live chat, you can also find that same link in the description box below. As you guys know, with these all signs readings, they are collective readings. So we have to just keep in mind that these messages may or may not be your story. Okay. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into the reading. But first, everybody, drop your sign in the chat right now. Drop your sign in the chat. Any Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancers, well, except for Cancer, y'all. Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorns, Aquariuses, and Pisces. Where y'all at? What is your sun sign? Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Hey, hey. What is your sun sign? All right. I see quite a bit of. Right now, it looks like air signs is in the lead. A lot of air, a lot of air, a lot of fire. Okay. Good to see everybody. Mama Lisa's here in the building. She's reminding everybody, don't forget to also like the video, any portion of the video tonight. If you enjoyed the messages or if you're just here watching for entertainment purposes only, go ahead and still like the video because your girl is back. I got my lashes back. I got my hair back. I got my arms out. I'm supposed to be wearing my compression garment, but I just thought I'll break myself free today and just set myself free and flaunt these arms. But anywho, let's go ahead and get started with Aries. Aries, Aries. Thank you, thank you. Thank you guys for the love and support. I really did need a little bit of a break yesterday, y'all. I was exhausted. I'm still kind of tired today, but I got to keep pushing, got to keep trugging on. So here I am. All right, Aries, let's see what we got. Feel free if you're watching live like these beautiful souls here. Don't hesitate to say hello in the chat, interact with us. Keep the chat positive and clear, all right? As you guys can see with the King of Cups, I think a lot of you guys are feeling a little bit more emotionally balanced and grounded, ready for love, huh? Some of you guys are ready for love. I think some of you guys also, like all together, could be people that are also ready for love, but then when it comes to approach you, you may be someone who's stressed out in love. So for those to come out, that could be a message for someone. I never ignore a message when it pops out. So let me know how many of you guys are single. Anybody single out there? Single, single, singles. Hey, Frankie. Anybody single? Anybody in a relationship? One thing people don't realize on my channel is most of my viewers are beautiful, lovely ladies. And also I have quite a bit of singles. So do know in these readings is not always going to talk about new love. So I just want to put a disclaimer out there as well. Just because you may be someone that has moved on and found someone new, that doesn't mean the collective is quite there. So just be a little bit more, realistic. This is collective. And I always encourage people, if you would like for me to look specifically at your unique situation, please go ahead and book that personal reading. So that way you can definitely get some insight and for me to give you some a closer look at your unique situation because these actual readings, these collective readings are exactly that. It's for majority of the people that have been led to click and watch this video. And as you guys can see, and some people are not saying anything yet, but most of you guys are single. So you can imagine how that reading is going to go. So that's why I tell you guys just go with it. Green Eyes, thank you so much for the 9.99. I appreciate it, Green Eyes. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Green Eyes says, Aries wants more money, less drama, and no toxic people. Just saying. I know that's right. All right, let's get into it, Aries. Hey, Lyric. These cards are really like jumping tonight, guys. A lot of energy. You see? They're all over the place. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me try that again. All right, we timestamp it here, Aries. Our mods will keep you guys in the loop of what sign we're on. I'm also going to do my due diligence to also put that in the chat. So please, if you're coming and watching, just look out for the chat and pay attention to what we're talking about in the reading so you kind of know which sign we're on. Happy early birthday, Lee. Happy early birthday. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Aries. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energy surrounding Aries and the person that Aries is currently connected to in love and romance right now in this moment? We have the Six of Swords, Strength, Two of Swords. Underneath the deck, we have Judgment in the reverse and the King of Wands in the reverse with the Lovers in the reverse. I can tell you are definitely fighting a very hard battle, Aries. Aries, your energy feels very intense. And it has a lot to do with this person trying to come towards you to extend some type of peace offering. They feel like it's very difficult to get in contact with you. And I think it's because you are definitely holding back. I can definitely see you're showing this person a side of you that probably is making them realize they may have made a bad judgment call by being in and out of your life, being a player, being inconsistent, only coming in when it's convenient to them. Well, they want to try to fix their wrongs, but it may be too late because they keep being met with a dead end. It's giving this time a chance to think. You're really making this person sit back and reflect on their error of their ways, how they mishandled you, how they tried to play you for a fool. And I'm here to say this person is starting to really sit with themselves. And as MJ would say, look at the man in the mirror or the woman. They don't like what they see. And I think there's a part of them feeling a little disappointed in themselves. They could have given you more, they could have invested you more. This feels like the energy of someone who was a bit of a breadcrumber and also not taking this relationship as seriously as you may have wanted them to when you guys were together. Yeah, your silence is speaking volumes. It sends a very piercing message. I deserve better. I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve. Some of you Aries watching may have knew this person was going to reach out with the high priestess. Some of you guys could be tarot readers. If not, you can have like some type of high level of intuition that kind of tells you you knew this person was going to reach out at some point. So you're going to do everything in your power to fight this person off. Why is that? Because you're moving on with your life. This no longer serves you. And everything that they have done thus far, as you sit back and have had time to process and think as well, Aries, it's a total turnoff. They made you wait too long to get to this point. It's a deep level of betrayal that you can't unsee, a deep level of hurt that you can't deny. What is this person's intentions moving forward with Aries spirit? The death and the moon. They want to change your perspective of them. They want to give you another impression of them that can make you give them another chance. They want you to know, like, hey, I miss you. I miss our time together. I miss the passion we shared with one another. You gave me a lot of peace, a lot of balance. And now, all I can do is sit in a pool of regret that I pushed the very thing that gave me peace and balance away. So, like I say, they have no choice but look at the man or the woman in the mirror. This person could be a Leo, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sag. If you're a cross watcher, and Aries could have done this to you. But of course, as always, guys, this is a general reading, so it may or may not be your story. If it is, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Next, we're going to go to Taurus. How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling okay? Y'all feeling pretty good? Good, good, good. All right, Taurus, we're going to get right into it. Don't forget, y'all, to show your girls some love and support to those of you that are members of our channel, The Soul Tribe. I will be dropping some content sometime this weekend, either tomorrow, Friday, or Sunday. I'm going to give you guys an exclusive preview of what you can expect in August 2026. So you don't want to miss it. All of the members get exclusive access to that predictive read. So please make sure if you're not a member of the channel that you go ahead and consider joining. If you would like to know a little bit more about how to become a member, just click on that join button. It does include a complimentary reading by joining. You also get a discount on my website, and you also get exclusive videos, live chats. And anytime that you come to the lives, I give you guys a shout out. And if you've ever been a viewer of this channel, if you're not new here, I'm sure that you may have noticed anytime I do like mini readings and things like that, sometimes I may say, okay, members, go ahead and drop a question. I'll answer it for free. So sometimes membership comes with a lot of great perks that is not even listed in the membership perks because I really do value my members because these are people that are paid members of the channel, but they also are kind of like a subgroup of people that get a little inside scoop behind the scenes on some things that I can't talk about on this side of the channel. So if you aren't a member, check it out. Let's go to Taurus now. Robin, we're just now starting Taurus. I said we're gonna do Taurus, but you must be new here, Robin. And I just want to let you know, Miss Robin, that do not rush me or you will get blocked. Okay. I will go in the order that I need to go. Also, here on this channel, sometimes I do TED Talks or share special announcements and things of that nature. So, thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate it. Here we go, Taurus. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energy surrounding Taurus and the person that Taurus is currently connected to in love and romance right now in this moment? All right. We have the star in the reverse, jumping out very eagerly. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Ace of Swords in the reverse. Underneath the deck, we have the Justice in the reverse and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This person has like this entitled complex where they definitely do feel as if there should be no reason why you shouldn't give them a chance. I think this switch up that you're doing is kind of throwing them for a loop. This is a side of you that they may have never really seen before. And to be honest with you, I think this has been ingrained in you for a very long time, but this person may have just not noticed. So with the Justice in reverse, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Three of Wands, they really been waiting. They've been waiting for you to fix, repair, recover this relationship. And now that time has passed, they haven't heard from you. You haven't chased them. They're like, what's going on with Taurus? Well, the problem is them. I think the issue you have, Taurus, is you want someone, if they're going to offer you a relationship, you want someone who's going to value consistency, loyalty, commitment, a true, honest relationship. Yeah, you want something stable, not someone that sells you the dream of relationships, stability, loyalty. And this is someone who may have emotionally manipulated you, future faked with you, told you a lot of different things to keep you around until you start realizing that this person was a fake, a fraud, a phony. And because this person's game and effort has always worked in their eyes, why change now, Taurus? Why change? They're confused. They're very confused. Now, one thing about you, Taurus, is you're someone who, when you have your mindset on something as a fixed sign, because you are a fixed sign, Taurus, you follow through. When you said that you were not going to put up with this person's crap, you meant it. And that's the part that they missed about you. They're a little shocked that you are a man or a woman of your word, that you honor yourself, you honor your boundary. You're not going to put up with it. You may have told this person, listen, if you're not going to do right by me, I'm gone and I'm not coming back. And they may have thought you were bluffing. Yeah. You're not going to work on relationships that's giving you breadcrumbs. And you're much more happier and stable and feeling more at peace, not taking any further action. So much about your energy speaks of honoring standards and being very wise. Cold, according to this person, but what they don't know is that you're being very wise. You're being very calculated about your approach in relationships because you're not willing to settle for the breadcrumbs. So what is this person's intentions moving forward? Seven of Cups in the reverse, Six of Pentacles, Five of Swords in the reverse. I've got to reach out to Taurus because I have no choice. I have to reach out to Taurus because I don't really have anybody that's as valuable, as loyal, as stable, as mature as Taurus. I've tried to find someone else, but I failed. It's just not the same. These people are not the same. They're not at the same level. They're not responsible. They're a waste of time. I mean, we can have a little fun with them, but nothing serious, not like my Taurus. Be careful with this person, Taurus, if you're listening to this and you get tempted. I don't feel like a lot of you guys will be, but there may be a small percentage of you that maybe in the past temptation has gotten the best of you, even if you knew this was not your person that you needed to stay in a relationship with. Either way, they are blown away, they are shocked, they are shooketh with your standards and boundaries. But of course, here on this channel, I always applaud it because it talks a lot about putting yourself first and not settling for less than you deserve. And that's so important. Miss Lisa says, forget him. I gave him all of me and he still left me. She gave him $2,600 and 2 years of her life every day for him to still walk away. That's so unfortunate, Taurus. That's so unfortunate. A lot of you guys may have found that this person breadcrumbed you and you may have felt used and abused like Miss Lisa. And you've got to really listen to what you know is facts. And the facts are, people coming in and out, being inconsistent, all of those types of things. Those types of people will definitely waste your time. They will. So I'm glad that you have definitely decided to put your standards before this connection, Taurus. You're definitely on the right track to finding the love you deserve. Your person could be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. Could be any sign, but that's the main energies. Not really no water here, but they could have water in the chart. Doesn't have to be. And of course, if you are cross watching, a Taurus could have done this to you as well. So take it as it resonates. We're doing Gemini's next. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button. Show your girls some love and support. I do want to spend a little time before we get into the Gemini read, guys, to talk a little bit about boundaries and when is it safe to walk away. And I'm being a little inspired by what Lisa said because a lot of us sometimes we confuse love bombing for love. We confuse a lot of promises and things people say for, hmm, they just need to work things out or figure things out to have hope. One thing is always for sure. If someone is serious about you, they're going to make the effort to always show up for you. They're going to constantly want to build with you, communicate with you, and constantly be honest with you. No man or woman is perfect, of course, but we always want to strive to finding someone who is all as authentic as possible. One thing about a toxic person and a healthy person in the beginning is these people look exactly the same. So we have to be very, very careful, collective. Be very careful with not moving into a relationship too fast or believing a stranger's words over their actions. Because a good man or a good woman is always going to prove to you that what they said is, in fact, the truth. But a liar, a deceiver, a con artist, a breadcrumber, a person that's really wasting your time, just using your body, using your money, using your energy. These people just want to do exactly that. And they will not be consistent. They will not be honest. They will not make an effort. They'll kind of treat you like, huh, I'll hang out with you for today. You may not hear from me tomorrow. But every single man or woman, ladies and gentlemen, that's serious about you will always, always, every single day, communicate with you, talk to you, really make the effort to create a loving, stable, intentional relationship with you. Situationships are for the players. Situationships are for the time wasters, the narcissists, the toxic individuals who like to keep their options open. People that are scared to commit, the people that keep you in the dating zone for months, years at a time. And you're looking up and you're saying, well, what are we? That's not healthy because no man ever, ladies, wants the woman that they really want to fall into the arms of another. And ladies, if you're really serious about a man, you in fact too will make the effort to show them how much you appreciate their effort. Relationships take a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, energy, and for some of us, money, fellas. They got to pay money for the dates and this and that. So I ask you, before you step out and you go on that date with that person, do you really know who this person is? The answer for a lot of you is no. But that's the purpose of dating. Dating is about getting information. It's not about sleeping with someone. It's not about trying to have fun. No, this is life or death for some of us. Because if we get with the wrong person, it can rob our joy, our peace, our finances, give us the STD, a baby that we don't want, ladies. It can really, really damage your life. So we've got to take dating so seriously and not treat it like a game. As a teenager, it was, but we got bills to pay, kids to take care of. We have real adult responsibilities. And as a woman who's been in the dating scene, as a woman that's been married, I was with my ex husband for 15 years. And as a woman who knows her worth and practices what she preached on this channel, there is so much liberation and peace when you put God first into your life and also put yourself and your needs first before that man or that woman. Do you know who you are? Do you know what you're looking for? Or are you overcompensating to make that person feel comfortable? This is your life. And regardless if you're happy or not, some people will definitely take advantage of all that you have to offer. So be careful. It's crazy out there. But this is not to get anybody scared to date. My mission here on this channel is always to inform, to make you aware, and to really think about dating on a deeper spiritual, logical level. Because so many of us go into it for the illusion of the Disney movies, the romance novels. That's only a small portion of what it is, or the men for what's between her legs. Let's be real. When you get married, that's only a small portion of it. You still have other outside entities. You got to pay the bills. You got to think about that person, how they were brought up, what kind of family dynamic were they brought up? Can you live with them? What is their lifestyle like day to day? Do they know how to compromise? Do you find yourself always carrying the weight of the relationship on your shoulders by yourself? All of these things have to be evaluated in the dating phase. That's what it is. And I always talk about this on the channel. Dating is an interview process, not to literally ask people interview questions, but an opportunity to just get to know them like you would a stranger. Y'all know how it is. You'll be out and about and that friendly person just say, "Hey, how you doing? You live around here?" Or, "Girl, that dress is cute. Where'd you get it?" Information, communication. But we're talking about the most important job of your life, hiring your future spouse, husband or wife. But there's only one out of billions of people available to you. Only one. That's the way God ordained it to be now. Some of y'all be on some other stuff, and I don't know. I don't agree with that. So we've got to really get back to it. The source, God, the word, whatever your spiritual walk is, it all kind of says the same thing for the most part. Your body's a temple, man and woman, you know, we got to get back to that. And I know a lot of you that are new here is like, what? What's she talking about? I go deep. But I leave you with this, and then we'll get back into the reading. No matter where you are on your spiritual journey, do know I'm always here for you. I do offer personal readings at my website, MikaDivineSpiritualGuidance.com, where I can help you navigate through some questions you do have. So no questions in the chat. You have to book directly on the website. And I do also offer coaching sessions, so life coaching, dating, or if you just need a good friendly ear to talk to vent to. I'm always here. All that information can be found in the description box below. And as always, feel free to leave a comment because I do reply to every single comment that my subscribers leave me. Yes, I'm that girl. All right, guys, we're going to get right back into the reading. We're going to go to Gemini next. Big shout out to, is that, I can't see because it's in orange. I have to move my laptop closer. I can't see. SBRN Leon. Leon, I'll just call you Leon. Thank you, Leon, for the $20. Wow. Thank you so much. That was so sweet of you. Thank you so much, Leon. I appreciate it. God bless. Thank you. Phoenix Rising from the Ashes says, I was dating my ex narcissist that was a Cancer for 3 years. Dating, y'all. Dating. Red flag for 3 years. He beat her up. Now he's in federal prison. You got him banned from your town, 5-year restraining order now. God bless you. I'm sorry you went through that. Big lesson, right? Big lesson, painful lesson. But that's why we're here. We're all experiencing different experiences in our life and when it pertains to love. But these are the learning curves. And unfortunately, some of us don't even know what healthy love is because we are a result of someone who's been through a lot of trauma and pain, and we're attracting the wrong type of people. because healthy's boring, right? We like the bad boy, the bad girl. The drama is exciting, the rush, but it's also because it's familiar. But the one thing you can definitely walk away from with that proud, just a lot of pride and happiness and joy and peace in your life is when you say, I've overcame it through the glory of God, through my strength, through my willing to fight back the urge to go low, to fall into temptation. I'm breaking free from that because I want better for myself. I deserve better for myself. I know God is going to bless me with something better. So why should I settle for less than I deserve? Why? Why am I doing this? What, and I say this all the time on the channel, what am I getting? What am I getting by staying here? If you can ask yourself that and think of dating that way, like what is the benefits of being with that person? It really is a game changer. Same thing with your friends, certain family members. What is the benefit? Do they serve any real purpose? Or are they just taking from me? Are they receiving all of the benefits, right? Ooh. And like I always say, that boundary right there, that any kind of abuse, it's time to go because anybody who truly loves you would not intentionally harm you. It's time to leave. That person is really, really mentally broken, and there's nothing you can say or do to fix that. That will require a lot of intense therapy. That will probably require a lot of things that that person needs to do with a licensed professional. That's not your role as her partner to help them. And we get a lot of women because we by nature are nurturers and healers, especially a lot of people that watch me are empaths. We try to see the good in all people. But the sad reality is everybody isn't good. Everyone doesn't think like you. You ever hear your parents say stranger danger? It's real. But then there's also good people like you. So we got to find the right people, your match, the people that match what you actually need. It's not always about what you want, but what you actually can say, I know this is what my soul, my spirit needs. I need a healed person. I need a good person that is actually truly has good, pure intentions like I do, not the person that is tempting. Because we all know temptation is so much fun. It's exciting, right? But the temptation is also the devil. Temptation is disguised in all the things we love, the deadly sins, right? And so when you put yourself, subject yourself to the toxic person in your life, you're tempted to be with them for what? The wrong reasons. Yeah. And so there's a lot of things you have to do. There's a lot of things you have to do within yourself. Like someone in the comment that's going through a difficult time, Miss Amanda, I see your comment. I'm sending a lot of love to you. You got to do the work, beloved. All of you guys are struggling with this, do the work. It starts with seeking to reach out to someone that can help guide you to navigate through the source of your pain. What is that source that's causing you to be with that person? What is that source that make you feel lonely if I don't have somebody? What is that source that's making me just want to sleep around with everybody? What is that? Is it because when I was younger, I was touched as a child, so I'm hypersexual? Is it because I've just seen my mom get beaten by her boyfriend? that I think that's all I deserve? What is the source of the pain and the demon, the demonic and the entity that's getting you wrapped up in this false narrative of keeping you low vibrational? That's the work that's got to be addressed before you can even step outside on that date, before you can even step outside to try to get to know someone. You got to work on you. You got to work on you. You got to make sure also that you understand the laws of the land. And I say it's always going to God. Whatever spiritual walk, some of y'all on here are not Christian. I say Jesus is my Lord and Savior. But some of you guys may not say that, may not have that same that same ideology. But that's what I go to. And so whatever your source is, what does it say how you're supposed to conduct yourself accordingly? And are you honoring that? Or are you falling short? Because that's going to tell you everything you need to know right there. That's going to tell you everything you need to know. And if you're not in line with that and you're repelling against it, then we have what we call in the spiritual community karma is coming to pay you a visit. Karmic cycles are coming into your life. And more specifically, you start getting stuck repeating cycles because you're not choosing to evolve, grow, and break free from that very thing that's trying to keep you down. And that's why on this channel, for all the haters that be getting mad because I'm not talking about butterflies and rainbows in the reading, every reading, that's why I do what I do, because I'm giving you the real so you can heal. You got to hear it. You got to hear that ain't cute. You got to hear close your legs. You got to hear you need to leave broke, busted, and disgusted alone. You got to hear go get some therapy. You got to hear you are beautiful. You are lovely. You are handsome. You are amazing. You are worthy of the best. You need to hear it because a lot of you don't believe it. And I'm here to say, I believe it. That toxic ex believed it. They just didn't want you to see that. So they kept you confused and low while they ate off of your plate and reaped the benefits of all the amazing things you had to offer. Ooh, hard truth. Come on now. You are so amazing, so beautiful, all the things. You gave the best versions of yourself for a lot of you, the wrong people who didn't deserve it. And we got to hold them accountable. We got to rip it from them and preserve that for people who have earned it, because nothing in this life is free. You got to earn me. You got to earn my time. You got to earn my energy, my love. I don't just give it to anybody for free. I don't know you. I want to get to know you. So let's have a conversation. Let's talk every day. Let's go on dates. Let's get to know each other so I can decide if you're a good candidate to be my future husband or wife. Let's decide in those moments. You decide, I decide, and we make a decision together. Do we get committed? And then from the relationship to marriage. We are scared of marriage. We're scared of commitment, people, because we are not healed. We don't love ourselves enough to want to be able to face the man in the mirror and say, yeah, I know I have a lot of issues. I'm desperate. I'm lonely. I'm toxic. I don't think I'm cute. So I'm going to settle for being strong along, for being dogged out, for being, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm going deep tonight because some of y'all need to hear this. It's not for everybody now. This TED Talk now, this is for the ones that need to hear it. Cause I'm telling y'all, I get the clients and the readings and the video calls from clients all the time, and it blows my mind how much as a unit a lot of us really got to look at the bigger picture of what's really happening in our lives. It's not easy, and it's only getting worse. The economy is getting shaky. A lot of people are getting away from marriage, getting away from the word. A lot of people are not valuing themselves. A lot of people just feel like, what's the point of getting married? So we've got to change the narrative as a group, as a collective, and hold people accountable. And guess what? So what if you like them? That don't mean they like you. So what if you want to get married and they don't? Okay, just go about your business and go find a person that does. It's as simple as that. But you guys stay in it, hoping they'll change when we can't change no man or woman. We can never change anybody. Change has to be self initiated. They have to want to do better. And if they're showing you they're not changing, then why are you believing they're going to change? They keep showing you who they are. They're telling you they're not that, but they're showing you they are that. That's the proof. That's in the court of law. That's the evidence. Hello? That's the evidence. Justice is evidence based. Not what you say, is what you can prove. So why can't we treat relationships the same way? And when someone does something we don't like, why can't we call them out on their BS and let them know that hurt me, that bothered me? Don't do that again or I'm leaving. Because I'm scared to be alone, Mika. Because I don't feel like I can get anyone else. Because we've been together for many years. This is all I know. Because I'm scared to go out here and start over with someone else. There's so many different reasons or narratives, but it's not because, number one, you're honoring yourself. And that's the bottom line. I got to keep the reading going. For those that enjoy my TED Talks, by the way, thank you so much for the support. I really try to push so much information out there in these videos because I feel like as a collective, a lot of us are misinformed, especially with a lot of influencers and social media trying to push people away from wanting to have commitment, marriage, honoring themselves, treating their body as a temple. Like people are being influenced to do a lot of things that are very low vibrational. And it's not serving them, it's not serving the higher good. And they're finding themselves single and alone and miserable. Why? Because you're creating your own narrative. You're doing your own thing, and that never works when you go against God. It never works. Um, so just thought I would throw that out there. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I appreciate it. For those that get it, for those that don't, you're just not ready for the truth. I'm sorry. You're just not ready for it. And guess what? You just keep living. Just keep living, and you'll see like these beautiful souls in the chat that know that I'm speaking from true jewels of knowledge. They know I'm talking about the truth. And some of you guys are young bucks that watch me that are learning. I get it. Um, but that's how it is. So it's rough. It's rough out here. And so you gotta as my mom always told me, nobody give a dang about you. So you better act accordingly and let them know that you're not the one, two, three, four, or the five. And if they respect you, may I respect back to them. You see, you disrespect me, I ain't got nothing for you. You dog me out, why are you talking to me? Why are you even in my space? Why are you even breathing my air? You need to go on somewhere because I am deserving only the best, especially because I know I give my best. You see, I know what I bring. So what you doing? Hello? You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. All right, I'm gonna go back to the reading, y'all. That's the only TED Talk I'm doing tonight because I got to get through this reading. All right, Gemini, let's do it. Amanda says, "You spoke to me. I got you." Awesome. And I hope you feel better, Miss Amanda. Sorry you're going through such a difficult time today. Hang in there. The spiritual healing journey is exactly that. It's a journey. Healing is nonlinear. I always talk about that. So take all the time you need, guys, wherever you are in your journey, but never stay stuck. What I mean by that is move, growth, improvement. If you feel like you're feeling stuck and can't move and low and sad, find something to do. Go wash the dishes, go walk the dog, do some rearranging around your house, start a hobby, go hang out, journaling. Kim said journaling, go biking. The weather's so beautiful. Go for a walk, go for a run, go to the gym. You need to find time to move. Don't just sit there and just be doom and gloom. You got to move. And when you move, next thing you know, your mind is fixated on the thing that you're doing. You begin to not be so fixated on the thing that's causing you so much pain. But you still need to address the pain through therapy, through life coaching, or through somebody to help you unpack what is the source of your pain, because you can't just ignore it or you can't just numb it through a vice. But finding a healthy outlet does help as long as it's healthy. I'm not talking about drinking. I'm not talking about drugging. I'm not talking about booty call. I'm not talking about just bouncing from one house to the next, hitting up people. That's not the way. It's about just focusing on finding out who are you now. You're out of that toxic relationship. So who are you today? Because the version of you that was Mika when I first met my ex-husband, I'm not the same woman that I am after we had our divorce. So now I have to figure out who is she? And that's what you have to do, guys. When you have that breakup, okay, that didn't work out. Boop, goodbye. So now what am I going to do? And my divorce is old. We got divorced back in 2020. So that's old news. But I'm just saying, what can you do to figure out who you are? Do you even know what you like to do? Some of y'all can't even tell me what you like to do because your whole world and whole life was to try to fix the broken man or broken woman you were with. And that's toxic. You are to work on yourself always, regardless if you are in the relationship or not. So if you're in a relationship, you do have to put in work in a relationship, but your whole life shouldn't be surrounding the relationship. It should be just a portion of who you are. Because if you start pouring all of you, you're going to lose your own self identity. And then you'll find yourself feeling like, well, I can't leave because this is all I have. I don't have anything else. I don't have any hobbies. I don't have anything I like to do. I don't have anything to pass my time. I was so consumed with trying to be the person to fix that relationship, fix that broken person. And that's not healthy. And what I tell women, especially the women watching, the boundary when it comes to a man is just to be their partner. That's it. And the level and the depths of how much you give depends on the title and the stage of the relationship. So if you're dating someone, you don't owe them a gosh darn thing, but phone calls and dates. That's it. You don't got to tell them your personal business. You ain't got to do this. No, we talk every day for at least 30 minutes to an hour a day. That's it. We communicate every day to get to know each other. And then we go on a date once a week to interact with each other physically. And before that 3-month timeline, I always tell y'all to have, if that man doesn't offer no relationship within 3 months, it's time to go. They wasting your time. Or on the dating phase, they're inconsistent. They're talking to you one day, they ghost you for 2 or 3 days, and they call you. He ain't serious about you, sis. Mm-mm. He probably got a wife at home, probably got kids, probably got a girlfriend, or he just trying to, get in between your legs, and that's it. And a lot of y'all, if you really think about your past relationship, you know I'm not lying. When you really put it together, you like, dang, she's right. Because what I found out later is he wasn't ish. Because that same toxic person was doing that same stuff with you. They were being inconsistent. They may have started off love bombing to get into your draws. And then once they got that, they start letting up. And that's why I tell you guys to close your legs. So that way you're not giving yourself and you're not just giving whatever without them working for it. Also, men don't respect easy women. Real men don't respect easy, loose women. They don't. They look at y'all as thoughts. You're not somebody to take seriously. You are not to be taken seriously. You are a whore. You are a night walker. And you be like, Mika, that's not true. That's what you sold. That's the dream you sold on that first date when he was like, hey, can I go back to your place? First of all, your safety is at risk because it's stranger danger. You don't know this dude. You let him come to your house. You go to his house. Y'all do whatever. And guess what? Done with you. Bloop, done. I got a taste. I don't want you. I'll keep hitting you up because you're desperate. I'll keep hitting you up because you a desperate hoe. That's how they look at you. I'm dead serious, y'all. That's how men think. Hello? And it makes sense because that's what you were giving. But if you're giving classy, I honor myself, I honor my body. I'm really just a woman that's really about my business. Oh, she different. Oh, okay. You not gonna let me hit it? Excuse me? Oh, my bad, my bad. I'm sorry. And then they stop it. See, a man's always going to test you, ladies, but it's to see are you like the other girls that failed the test. They always gonna test you to see because every man want it. If they can have it, they gonna get it. Even the good guys will test you. So you have to be very, very aware of one, the game, yourself, but honor your standards. That's going to get you so far in the dating game. I promise you, it's going to get you so far in the dating game. And guess what? You are the prize. When you do that, when they say the P has power, it really does because you get to choose if they get it or not. When they say the P got power, when they ask you to be your girlfriend, you get to choose if they can be your boyfriend or not. When they say the P got power, they got to get on their knee to beg for you to be their wife. Power. They're begging. Will you marry me? Hello. Come on, ladies. You're giving your power away. You're being weak. You're being weak. Hello. They're getting on their knee. Will you? You see what I'm saying? And you're just saying, okay, girl, stop it right now. Mm. Every man is going to ask because they have to ask permission to do anything. They got to ask you, can I get your number? They ask you, can I go on the date? They ask you, can I be your boyfriend? They ask you this. Can I touch you? Can I go to your house? Can y'all see you see how much power you have and how much you really run this? Men know that, but they don't want you to know that. So then the toxic men try to rip that from you through control. And you guys fall for it and let him dog you out. Tell you, let's have that open relationship. And you're like, okay. Or they try to tell you, you better call me when you get to work. You better do that. You better FaceTime me when you get to your friend's house. You better do this. You better do that. And y'all be like, okay. Excuse me? Who you talking to? I'm not gonna call you or FaceTime you. I can call you when I leave, or I can text you and let you know I made it safe. If you're worried about my safety, I can let you know that. But Control is not the answer. Domination is not the answer. Abuse is not the answer. That's not love, ladies. That's toxic. That's not love. There's a difference. Love doesn't hurt. Love is kind. Love is patient. Love does not envy. Love does not try to control. Love tries to make sure you're safe. A man is trying to make you safe. Fellas, love is a woman's nurturing, kind, loving spirit. And love is reciprocity. I give you a little, you give me a little. I make this sacrifice today to go. When y'all married, y'all know this. To go to the in-laws' house today. Oh God, I hate them in-laws, but I'ma go. But when I got my in-laws, you better come. It's a sacrifice, but it's not one-sided. So I'm gonna get back to the reading. I promise you this time, Gemini. I'm sorry, but I feel like I got to get this out because I'm seeing a trend, and it's alarming. I was talking to a friend today about the dating scene, and for those that don't know, I'm divorced. I've been divorced since 2020. I did have a relationship after that lasted for a little while. That didn't go too well. Um, but I have had other relationships where guys have dated me, I should say date, and they really like me and they want a relationship, but I had to tell them no. So it's not like I can't get a guy. It just may be certain things that I'm looking for that even though they're a great guy, just like, mm-mm. Like, for example, kids. I don't want kids. And they can be like this one guy I was talking to, he was amazing, like good job, really handsome guy, really put together, kids. Then it was another guy I was talking to, amazing guy. He wanted a relation with me, but he found out, lied to me, found out he was a pastor. I'm not trying to be nobody's first lady. Heck no. I love the fact that you have, dignity in class and all of that. He told me he was involved in his church. So I'm like, that's fine. Okay, cool. But you didn't tell me you the head pastor of the church until much later. And I'm like, sir, hello. Hello. that's that's a big red flag right there. He's like, I know, I know. So yeah, I've had a few that I will say, ladies, if you put yourself out there enough and you carry yourself accordingly, you will find somebody. You just have to make the effort to be seen. Well, first you got to do the effort, like I talked about, of healing. That's number one. And build a relationship with God to establish your standards and values. And then you can go out there and constantly meet people and talk and intermingle and socialize. Not dating apps, y'all. You can do it if you know how to date properly. But if you're just now starting, get off of the apps and just meet people in the wild locally. That's how you do it. And the more you date, the more you interact, fellas and ladies, the more comfortable you get with the idea of dating again. So when I started intensely dating, I was going on about 2 or 3 dates a week. That's how hard I was going in dating. And I had rosters of guys. I know that sounds bad, but I wasn't doing anything with them. So I would be talking to like 3 to 5 guys at a time. I know. I would talk to about 3 to 5 guys at a time, and I would be going on different dates. Now, some of y'all looking at me like, what the heck? But to be honest with you, that is, to me, in my opinion, the best way to date. If you're serious, like if you are like super laser focused and serious about dating. And that's how I ended up attracting those really good guys that were serious about wanting to be with me because I put myself out there so intensely that I was able to attract them. In the beginning, though, I was a little nervous because I hadn't had that experience to get out there like I used to because I was with that ex-husband of mine for 15 years. So I spent about a year and a half to 2 years just focusing on myself, pouring into my passions, focusing on my finances. I had a passionate project with getting out of debt and staying out of debt. I did that. I was so proud. And I said, okay, now I can tackle my love life. But also, I was doing some healing. So I was attending some therapeutic sessions, also connecting with good supportive friends and family who were kind of helping me navigate through figuring out who Mika is again. And the dating thing really helped a lot, like just dating intensely to the point now, like if I were going on a date, my confidence would shine so loudly and so authentically. A lot of guys get so impressed by me by the first conversation or the first date, and they're just like, "Man, you're something." They're like, "Man, you're just so down to earth and so cool and just, so whatever." And I'm like, "Hey, I'm just me." And that's what dating is. Just be yourself. Be truly yourself. There's no real I mean, there is a little bit of a formula to it, but for the most part, if you wanna find the right match, date in your league. That's how you do it. Date within your league. Stop dating too high, stop dating too low. Date too low, it ain't gonna work. Date too high is meaning someone that's outside of your league. For example, you a broke, busted, and disgusted person trying to date somebody fine that got a lot of money and stability. It ain't gonna work because you guys are not in the same category. Dating outside your race, huge risk. Outside of cultural practices and religions, huge risk, huge risk. And I'm not gonna get into that because I don't want to block people today. But in most cases, it don't work. Races and religions, it don't work. Religions a lot of time don't work because people's foundation of who they are, that is their identity. And people who are really a practice of their religion or their belief have to find someone who appreciates that, understands it, but also could be someone that could also say, if we were to have kids or start a family or bring our kids together, we all are talking the same language of how we believe. It is the source of how we carry ourselves as a family. And on Sunday, are we going to a church or what? I don't know what the other religions do. I'm just talking about Christians, So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you thinking? What are you doing? If you are a Christian and you're dating somebody who is a Muslim, like we're talking about two different beliefs. Like it can get really complicated. Race is also another thing because we're talking about cultural backgrounds. If I am a Black African American woman dating a white guy, there's a lot of stuff that just don't relate. we don't He don't get Black culture probably very well, and I don't get white culture very well. Same thing with if I'm with a, person who's Native American, you know, or Hispanic or whatever. It creates clash. The only time outside the race will work, the only time is if that particular race was raised in a community of that race. So, for example, if I'm dating a white guy and he happens to be raised by a Black family, or he happened to be raised in a Black community all his life. So he understands it. And we can relate on that tip because culturally it's different. It's totally different. And people may not agree with me, but I don't care what you think, but I'm telling you the truth. If you look at most relationships that are interracial, they fail. They fail because a lot of times people are in it for the wrong reasons. They're in it for clout, they're in it for fun, they're in it for money, or they're in it because they're desperate and they just want somebody. They're not usually in it for love. I hate to bust your bubble, but that's the truth. Most Black men that go with white women are with it because they don't like how a lot of Black women hold Black men accountable. Black women are very vocal, very direct, very blunt. Um, And a lot of times Black men feel like if I'm with a white woman, she's more passive, she's more gullible, she's more easy. Why? Because she doesn't understand the Black men. She don't understand the Black culture. But a Black woman knows the Black man, understands the Black culture because she grew up in it. You see what I'm saying? It's and because that Black man knows that Black woman knows the Black man because she had a Black father, Black uncle, Black cousin, she's seen all these Black men and she know what they're up to. He's intimidated by that if he's toxic. So he runs to the culture or the woman that doesn't really know that the game that he running on Or black women will go to white men for money because they may see black men as poor or toxic or whatever. And they feel like, well, if I step outside my race, I can find a little bit more peace. I can find a little bit more stability. When that's not true, because in the black culture, there's different levels of black. And I went on that tangent before about that. If you're mixed, that's a good point. Caitlin says, I'm Filipino and white, so I don't know where I belong and it comes to dating. That's a good question. Let me tell you why that's a good statement, because anybody who's mixed with two different cultures, it just really leans into which cultural background you feel like you grew up around the most. So for example, if I'm Filipino and black, if my mom was Filipino and my dad was black and my dad was never around and I wasn't around a lot of the black people in my family, I may identify more with the Filipino culture. So I may find myself being more attracted to Filipino men than black men. Does that make sense? And then same thing with your situation, being half Filipino and white. Depending on who raised you or who you felt like you were more um, tied to or connected to, that's what I feel like you could probably connect with. So it's just your choice. When you're half, it just depends. But it goes back to cultural things, because that cultural and religion stuff is very deep and is very important when it comes to dating. You said your dad was military, so you grew up in both cultures. No, like I'm not talking about like you grew up in both cultures. I'm saying like which culture do you feel like you lean more into like clinging to? Do you feel like the Filipino side is more your identity, or do you feel like the white side is your more your identity? Like Amanda, she's half black and white. So because she dates black, she may feel like I grew up in an environment where I identified more with the black side. So I feel more comfortable dating black instead of white. And that's what I'm saying. It just depends on who you feel like your identity is, because it is an identity crisis for a lot of people who are mixed. It's like, well, well, you get to choose. Do you feel like you are more of a white woman or a Filipino woman? Yeah. You don't like Filipino guys. Well, I don't know what to tell you. They white guys. I mean, you could choose what you want, you know? So Amanda, you said you grew up with both, but you're going to date who you're attracted to. But that's what I'm saying. Attraction comes from how you are brought up. That's what I'm saying, Amanda. So how you're brought up is going to bring influence to what a man finds attractive in you. So if you're influenced more by your black culture, you may show up more as a black woman than a white woman. So black men may be more attracted to you. If you show up as a white woman to the world, then more white men will be attracted to you. It's just how do you show up based on how you were raised and your values. You know what I'm trying to say? Match. Like attracts like. It's a match. It's all about matching. That's what dating is, finding your match. People that get you, that understand you. You missing it, Amanda. I'm done talking about it. Amanda said I'm peep game on both sides. That's not what I'm saying, baby. You missing what I'm saying. Maybe one day it'll click. Like replay or watch the TED talk again. Replay it back, baby. That's not what I'm saying. So you're still on the superficial. I'm on some deep stuff. You on the superficial of like a vibe, a look. He's cute. No, 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 no. That's how you get caught up. That's how you get game run on you. We don't. No, don't do that. You got to look at a person's character. And a person's character is the root of their values, beliefs, and cultural upbringing. That is the core of who a person's identity is. That's why most people that grow up in very toxic environments end up becoming toxic individuals. If you grew up in like a very um suburban world, like you probably don't have no knowledge or street sense, as if like versus a girl that grew up in the hood. So your cultural belief and your identity is the suburban girl. That's your identity because that's what you grew up in. That's your culture. That's kind of, that's a part of who you are. So you get what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people that date get caught up in the superficial, and that's what get them caught up in the wrong relationships. And be careful with athletes, Amanda. Be careful with athletes. All right, we're gonna keep going. I'm not gonna. If y'all need a dating a coach, book a personal session with me at Mika Divine Spiritual Guidance.com. All right, Gemini's next. Do we have any Geminis here that's still here? Gemini, Gemini. All right, we got Jesse still here. Jay Brad's here. All right, Gemini. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to help the people out. Let's do it. I'm glad you guys like to talk. Thank you. Thank you. I try to help people out. People say they like it, so I just keep it going because I got so much wisdom and game and knowledge and understanding, and I just want to educate the people so y'all can really find love and find healthy connections and find, the person for you. So I'm hoping that some of you guys are soaking this in like a sponge and be like, okay, I see, I do. Okay, I got it. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Gemini. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energies between Gemini and the person that Gemini is currently connected to in love and romance right now in this moment? We have the Page of Cups. Sheree! The Nine of Swords in the reverse. Hierophant. Underneath the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. It would make this person's day if you would be willing to have a conversation with them. I can tell this person likes to play a lot of games though. Um, and I can tell that you're over it. So this is someone who wants to have a conversation about having a new beginning with the Page of Cups. Let's see what they want to talk about. Page of Cups, Six of Swords in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, they can't stop missing you. Yeah, they can't stop missing you. They can't stop thinking about you. Like the more and more you have put a very firm boundary of moving on and going about your business, the more this person is starting to realize that they may have lost the best thing that they have ever had. I think this person's realizing the error of their excuse me, the error of their ways. Hey, Keisha. And they feel like love is a battlefield. You're putting up a fight this time. So I don't think this is excuse me. I don't think this is somebody, and it's like when my throat chakra is under attack, I feel like this person doesn't want me to get the message out, but we still gonna get it out anyway. I'm a stubborn Aquarius, so I don't care about it. Hold on here. All right. So what I was saying was this person, even though they want to extend like some type of message to you, to talk about how much they miss you, how much they don't want to be left out in the cold. This person with attacking my throat chakra, I think they're not wanting you to hear the message that I'm about to see. I just got a download. Um, and I'm getting that this person likes to have their cake and eat it too. I feel like this is someone who likes to be single because they get bored easy. Um, but then they also like to be in the company of you for entertainment purposes only. I know. So because they play a lot of games, it's probably backfired at this point to the point where you don't even want to hear them out anymore. You've seen what you need to see, Gemini. You know what you need to know. What is this person's intentions? Because with the magician in reverse with the Hierophant, that's telling me that they're giving you a fake love offer because they're bored. They don't have nothing else going on. Lulu says, yes, you're right. Yes. So what is this person's intentions moving forward? The Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Cups, Three of Wands. You see how in this reading, like my words are jumbled and it's like this person really does not want me to get this message out. I'm sorry, Gemini. This message seems very raggedy, right? Raggedy. Hello, Gemini. What's going on? Mercury retrograde, the last day. Hello, somebody. They're hoping they can get lucky with you. They don't know what the outcome is going to be. Their intentions is they're hoping they can get lucky, but they don't know what the outcome's going to be. It is heavy, Kim. It is. What they don't realize is that you don't care. You feel like this person's full of crap. You don't really believe them. So they can try this player, the sweet nothings with the page of cups. Hey, sexy. Hey, babe. Hey, big head. What up? Gemini's unbothered in a real way. So they're going to get a rude awakening, I think, Gemini, because you've reached your limit. I think everybody is fair to say when you're experiencing a relationship with someone that's toxic and not going anywhere, as you say it isn't. There's a part of you that just feels like, what's the point? What's the point? It's not going anywhere. Robin says, yeah, they are getting worse and they are greedy. Anything else Gemini needs to know since I keep getting my throat chakra blocked? Yeah, they just want you to work with them. Cooperation. Let them like three of pentacles, third party. Like, I just need you to work with me with a third party. Like, let's be a team. Can we be a team? Go team, Nah. They could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. We have Taurus, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. All right, let me know if it resonates. I got Sagittarius, three wands. I think that's Sagittarius, y'all. Amy says, you nailed it, Mika. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank y'all, Gemini. I'm so excited about certain signs that interact with me in the chat. Thank you, Geminis, for talking to me. Because the rest of y'all don't be saying nothing. Not all y'all, but some of y'all. Certain signs. Let me just say certain signs. When I do your readings, you guys just sit there like, now, according to you guys just be concentrating on the message. So you don't want to just type. But but others of you guys will type, but I noticed that you're concentrating too, because you'll wait until I finish the reading and you'll be like, you're right, Mika, you're right. Thank you so much. I'm like, oh, so you were watching. Like I'm talking to myself, talking to the screen, talking to my phone. Y'all got to understand, like literally put yourself in my position. I'm in my office, creative space, whatever you want to call this area. and I have this ring light with my phone. I got my laptop and I got my mic. There's no one in the room. I'm just looking at myself on the phone. Hi, Mika. Just talking to myself. It's weird. It's so weird. So that's why I like to go live so y'all can talk to me. Because if I record this and I'm just talking to nobody, it'll drive me crazy. I'm like, hello, I feel like I'm just talking to the phone. Okay. Weird. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, it's something. And people who are content creators, you know the struggle. It's like the best invention they have is going live. I mean, I love it. I love going live because I get to interact with people. And then you guys, the non-believers, the people that don't believe that I'm the real deal, can see for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, that I really am the real deal. So they can see live, like people are actually resonating with my readings. But really, I like it for the comments. Y'all be cracking me up. Mike says, I'd say more, but your voice kind of harmonizes me. Now, Mike. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. I get that too, Mike. Surprisingly, a lot of people say, I just listen because I like your voice. Okay. All right, Cancers, let's get it. Nay says the Geminis are cooler than a fan. I heard that, girl. All right, let's do this. Cancer. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energy surrounding Cancer and the person that Cancer is currently connected to in love and romance right now in this moment? We have the Three of Wands, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Underneath the deck, we have the Six of Swords in the reverse and the Ace of Cups in the reverse with the Ten of Wands in reverse. Yikes. What in the world, Cancer, is going on here? I don't like this person. They're very stubborn. That's what I'm noticing about them. Very stubborn and refusing to budge and take action. They're thinking about just like holding back because they feel like at some point you may be willing to give them a shot. I don't know what this is about, but it's like the energy of someone that has some feelings for you, but they're going to keep that to themselves. I need to figure this person out. This is too much. This person is weird. What is this Three of Wands? Why are they just sitting there looking and waiting, looking crazy? All right, we got the Three of Wands, Two of Swords in the reverse, and the Four of Cups. So I think they've been waiting for a while now. This has not been a couple of days, couple of weeks. This feels like a long period of time has passed and they've been waiting for you. But for a lot of them, they're starting to notice that this thing may actually be over. Like you may actually not be coming back. It's starting to hit this person right now. I think what hurts the most for you, Cancer, is the fact that this person just really didn't want to give you their love. I think this is somebody who was emotionally unavailable, but was like telling you a lot of sweet nothings, a lot of things that you wanted to hear, make you feel so lovely and important, but they didn't treat you right. And what this person doesn't know is like you, in fact, were trying to see what they were going to do because they're the predator, they're the one causing the problem. So why would you chase behind someone that caused the problem? They were the one that was not giving you the love. So you just figured, what's the point of being here? You pushed me away, or you left, or you acted like you didn't want me. So I just need to leave. I just need to hold back. Your mentality, Cancer, is if this person really does love me, they'll come check on me. They'll try to work this thing out. But what you don't realize is they were actually kind of testing you. They were trying to see, what are you going to do? Hey, Yvonne. So it was a test. That's what I feel like is happening here. You were testing them, they were testing you, and you're sitting there like, you know what? I just need to let this go. It's probably never going to happen while this person's still waiting on you. I think you kind of let it go a long time ago. Lisa says, yep, exactly what my sister's going through. On point. Your sister must be a Cancer, Lisa. What is this person's intentions moving forward? We have the Four of Wands in the reverse, the Seven of Cups in the reverse, the Queen of Swords. Underneath the deck, the Strength in reverse. They don't like your boundary. They're noticing a side of you that they've probably never seen before, and it's making them feel very insecure because they feel like they had total control over you or the situation, but they play too many games. Yeah, the games they played was the emotional manipulation, telling you a lot of things that made you stay for so long, hoping to see the results of what they were saying they were going to do. But it was all to kind of make you give them the benefit of the doubt, stick around, give them believe in the relationship and, all the things. It's so unfortunate though, because I think this is someone who does have some level of emotion for you, but you wouldn't even know this, Cancer, because they just didn't show it. This person may have some trauma, or they may have like a attachment style issue. They can be very detached, like being an avoidant type. And they like to test you to see, like, if I pull back, does Cancer really love me? It's not fair. It's not a fair approach, but it's their way of testing you. Again, I said this person plays too many games. Not good at all. So I think you made a good choice to disconnect because you don't deserve to be in that emotional roller coaster going up and down. Like all that, if this is your reading, like Yvonne says, she says, yeah, this resonates with me. Cancers, it felt like this, like you were going highs, lows, up, down, peaks, valleys. It's like, what in the heck? What is this? That's not love. That's manipulation for sure. So if that ever happens again with your future person, because I think you're moving on from this, you definitely know that's a red flag. So be careful with these people that do that. They could be a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, a lot of water here. I'm also getting fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. A lot of fire, a lot of water. Doesn't have to be, but that's the main energy. Let me know if it resonates. We're doing Leos next. Yvonne says, you're right. He's a Pisces. There it is. Whoop, there it is. All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and head into the Leo read. Any Leos here? Where the Leos at? Y'all sleep? Mighty, mighty Leos, where you at? Mighty, mighty Leos. You're very welcome, Yvonne. Thank you for being here and interacting with me on the live. All right, Leos are here. Let's do it. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energy surrounding Leo and the person that Leo's currently connected to in love and romance right now in this moment? We have strength. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. Underneath the deck, we have the Moon in the reverse, the Three of Wands in the reverse, and the Ace of Cups. So, Leo, you're dealing with someone that I feel is having a very hard time facing you because you're coming up in a very strong, powerful energy, and that is kind of intimidating. So, what this person does is they try to hold back a little bit, but if they don't say something or do something, I can tell this person feels like they may actually lose you or they may actually miss out on a great opportunity with you. You're coming across as someone very healing, very stable, very abundant, no matter the gender, male or female. Very independent, too, by the way. So, no matter if you are a male or a female Leo, this person looks up to you. They admire you. They are also at the same time intimidated by you, but they yearn for you, you see? So it's like it's in a very hard battle they're fighting, especially when they feel like they're not getting attention from you. It triggers them even more like, "Oh, wow. So yeah, I guess Leo doesn't need me. I guess Leo doesn't want me." It just triggers them. What I don't like about this person is they play the game like the magic disappearing act to try to make themselves feel better about themselves. And it's really a manipulation tactic to gain control. So, what that means is they will abruptly disconnect, disappear, push you away, ghost, go days without talking to you, just to teach you a lesson, to get you in line. Because remember, I said you're someone that they find intimidating. So let me break you down through this magic disappearing act to humble you. And hopefully that'll get you to chase me, boost my ego and confidence, make me feel important, like I have power over you, Leo. That's why I'm doing that. I know. I know you're like, what? Yeah. Think about it. If this is your reading, this person would pull these tricks. You guys may get into a disagreement. Then I say, you know what? Fine, I'm gone. And they'll leave. Or they'll go days at a time not talking. So there is a lot of different things in this person's energy that tells me that they see you, Leo, as somebody that needs to be humbled. And that's their best game that they can play to try to humble you. Even the romantic side of them comes across a bit intimidating. You would think that if someone really does love you, that they would just go all in and just be like, hey, let's just try this thing out. Let's see if we can make this work. But what this person does is they go in with a very slow, steady, gradual breadcrumb approach. And it's really to also study you, test you. So yeah, like Amanda says, this is somebody who will be really nice to you one day to sweeten you up and then pretend they don't care the next. Exactly like that. It'll be like, "What? Where did that come from?" Again, it's a tactic, y'all. And I can tell you it's because of they see that you're more powerful. You have so much to offer. I'm gonna go back to that because that's a very important point to bring out. You're showing up as someone who is really trying to invest in a serious relationship with this person. However, this person is someone that is just, I don't know. I think they're, in my opinion, trying to just take advantage of what you're bringing to the table. You may have felt that way. You're doing all these things, you're showing up for them, and that's intimidating because they can't match that. They can't match that level of investment. So what ends up happening is many of you Leos may have been a victim of showing up more, giving more effort, doing more than this person. And as a fixed sign, Leo, you were determined to try to make this work. But the whole time you may have not been following your intuition that you need to avoid this person at all costs. The red flags were there. I think even at this time and moment, as you're listening to this video, you would agree there were plenty of red flags there. And temptation is always going to be there. And I think a lot of you guys, as much as you've invested in this, as much time, effort, and energy, that's what makes it very hard because you've put so much into it. This marriage, this relationship, this situation, you've done so much where you're like, I don't want to just walk away. I might have to, but I don't want to. So it's a very hard decision to make. It's a head over heart decision, or it's a decision of me choosing to try to give this person the benefit of the doubt. Amanda says, yeah, he definitely took advantage of me financially and it stings. How do you forgive that? Correct. I see that with the Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, you're more successful, Leo. You were doing more, and this person may have really um tried to humble you. They appreciate that about you. That is true. Um, let's be honest though, that's a red flag because you're not getting much out of the deal. It's not a good return on the investment. That's kind of what I'm getting. Pretty B says, Mika, you are the bomb. I've already made my mind up. It's a wrap. Thank you, girl. Yeah, I'm the real deal, y'all. Don't be sleeping on the real tarot reader over here. So, what is their intentions moving forward? Maybe that'll kind of help you, Leo. What are they intending to do next? Page of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Here we go with the Pentacles and the Lovers. So they're going to love bomb you. This feels like a love bomb energy, but even the love bomb energy is very minimal. So what that'll look like is, "Hey Leo, how you been? I've been thinking about you. Hopefully we can get back together and work things out. I miss you. I think you and I both agree we can't stay away from each other too long. We're soulmates, and they may get a whole soulmate card, twin flame, if they into spirituality, all that stuff. But yeah, this person is not it. Mm-mm. But do what you will. I'm just a messenger. But I'm seeing pentacles as well. So they may want to talk about what they can get out of the deal with you. But they're going to kind of also, I'm getting this is someone who studies you very closely. They look and they see what you're saying, what you're doing, so they know their next move and they know their next tactic. Be careful, y'all. I don't like this person. They themselves can be a Leo with the strength card coming out first. They can also be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, a lot of air here. We got Pisces. We also have Cancer, Taurus, and all this earth. It could be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. All right, y'all. That's what I have for the Leos. Hang in there, Leos. You got to stay strong. I really feel like this person is your weakness. It's a very hard cycle to break, for those that resonate with that reading. But like we talked about in our TED Talk, and if you missed the TED Talk, it'll be timestamped for you to check out. Temptation is always fun, but it's not always good for you. So be careful. Be careful. Virgos are next. Amanda says her person was a Capricorn. There you go. Any Virgos on the chat? Virgos, where you at? Ryan says, Mika, are you a Leo? For all the real people that know your girl, can y'all tell them what my sun sign is? Let's see if y'all know. Some of y'all may not even know my birthday. I bet some of y'all know my birthday. What sign am I at, y'all? Put it in the chat. Let Ryan know what is my sun sign. Good to see you, Ryan, by the way. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Sheila's right. I'm an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius sun, Aries moon, Aquarius Venus, a lot of Aqua gang in my chart, and a Scorpio rising. Yep. Aqua gang. So you might be seeing that Aries moon side with that bluntness. That little fiery side of me does come out. But it's not Leo, it's Aries. All right, let's do a Virgo. Yep, I'm an air sign. Aquarius is an air sign, not a water sign. I don't know why they say that because we're the water bearers, but we're actually an air sign. Yep. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Virgo. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energy surrounding Virgo and the person that Virgo is currently connected to in love and romance right now in this moment? We have the Hierophant in the reverse, the King of Cups in the reverse, the Six of Pentacles. Underneath the deck, we have the Five of Swords in the reverse and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. All right, Virgo. You got someone in your energy that may be into like a non-conventional type of relationship that they want to get into that kind of goes against what you're looking for. This is someone that really doesn't like to be emotionally attached. This is someone that doesn't really like anything too deep, too serious. It feels like very superficial type of love, very practical reasons why this person would come to you, not no deep emotional reasons why most people get into relationships. This could also be someone who recently got out of a relationship as well, which is why they're not ready for anything serious with you. They could be getting out of a marriage with this Empress in reverse that broke their heart. This could be the baby mama, the baby daddy, no gender in tarot, or the wife or the husband. This is someone that is just not ready for anything serious. That's the non-conventional issue here. So they're definitely lying to themselves by telling themselves they're ready to date when they're really not. But they're okay with interacting with you, Virgo, because you're someone that they can see as being very generous, bringing a lot to the table. And they just really need a good companion right now to make them feel better, less lonely, feel supported. They don't want to be alone. For a lot of you Virgos, this is something that you're deciding to just take your time getting to know or learn. For a lot of you Virgos, this may be someone new. If not someone new, this could be someone you want to break with that's trying to get over whatever relationship they were in when you guys broke up and they want to come towards you. Whatever it is, you're trying to just get information and kind of see where this thing is going to go. Does this thing have potential? Like, what is it? But I'm not going to get my feelings wrapped up in this one, Mika. That's what you're telling me. I'm not going to get my feelings wrapped up. We're just going to get the information and we'll go from there. I feel you. I think that's a smart move, Virgo, because you really don't know this person's story. That's why you're here. That's what's happening. That's why they're kind of holding back a little bit. So, what is their intentions with Virgo then? The world in the reverse, the page of cups in the reverse, and the eight of pentacles. They intend to do exactly what I said. But what you may also not know is that they have some unfinished business with this other third party that they need to work through. So this goes back to if they're going through a divorce, they need time to work on that. If they're going through a breakup, they need time to heal. Like something about their heart, their emotional state is not available for anything serious right now. And they know that. So they don't intend to rush or push any agenda forward until they're ready with you. I mean, ready to build something with you. And they're totally content with that. I want to see, how do you feel about that? Okay. With the Emperor in the reverse and the Page of Swords, yeah, you're really just getting information. I think you're making a head over heart decision. Some of you guys may decide to ride the wave. Others of you may decide to just say, screw it. We can be friends with benefits or whatever. You just kind of lean into that. Others of you guys say, I'm not going to do anything until I get more information. I'm getting two sets of Virgos. Either way, you want to make sure that you're honoring what you feel comfortable with doing here. Because you don't know everything. Everything that I've shared here, you probably don't know. You may know some things, but not all of it. But it may come out to light, or you may realize some things eventually if you ride the wave. So let me know if it resonates. This person could be a Taurus, an Aries, a Sagittarius, a Pisces, Capricorn, Virgo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo. A Virgo could have done this to you if you're a cross watcher. So just take the messages as they resonate. Libras are next. Miss 132 says, hey, you missed the Leo reading. Oh no. Well, the good thing is everything will be timestamped, guys. So if you guys do come in a little late, you can either rewind the tape or just come back after the live ends. I'll have everything timestamped for you. Sorry you missed it. Hey, Purple Flower. All right, Libras, let's get into it. Any Libras here? Libra, Libra. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energy surrounding Libra and the person that Libra is currently connected to in love and romance? Right now, in this moment, we have the Seven of Cups, the World, the Magician in the reverse. Underneath the deck, we got the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. This person doesn't like your boundaries, your pace, your expectations, things you may have told them that you want out of this relationship. So right now they're just kind of like trying to figure out what their next move is going to be with the 7 of cups. Going at your pace or going about this relationship the way that you're trying to get them to do it is not something they're very interested in, to be honest. So I can definitely see this person wanting to possibly choose you, but still wanting to keep their options open. They may tell you things like, "Yeah, I can work with you," because I think you're asking this person to be patient with you, like you need a chance to heal or you need time to move slow. You don't wanna rush things. I think you're having a conversation about something like that. I don't know why I'm getting that, and this person is gonna be like, "Oh god, one of those. You want me to take my time?" They're not gonna like that, but they'll tell you, "Okay, sure, we can go slow. Sure." You look at this situation as something that is a transitional phase of your life where you're starting to approach love and relationships completely different than you did before. And so you really want this person to give you grace because you don't want to waste your time. I'm getting you saying, I don't want to waste my time. But they see you as wanting to go slow, wasting your time, but you're not. You're just trying to be responsible and not be impulsive or not give people the benefit of the doubt and letting people come in before you know enough about them. Like you're trying to be strategic, but you're also still trying to work on being prepared for new love. So again, this is like a transitionary period in your life. It feels good to you, Libra, where you and this person can take things slow because you don't necessarily want to just miss out on an opportunity. This feels like for a lot of you, somebody new. Um, doesn't have to be, it could be old. Y'all just put the story where it fits. You don't want to miss out on the opportunity, but you just need time to make sure you're making the right choice. It's kind of like a typical Libra read, trying to decide, I don't know, I don't know. I just need time to figure it out. All right. So, what is this person's intentions moving forward with Libra? 8 of Swords in reverse, 3 of Cups in the reverse, and the Knight of Swords. Underneath the deck, Empress in reverse and 10 of Pentacles. All right. Be careful with this person. They're a bit of a liar. I think this is going to be someone that's not going to be upfront and honest with you about a lot of stuff, especially with the dating, especially with dating you and then dating people behind your back and not really wanting to move on the agenda that you're asking them to move on. It just isn't fair to you. I feel like that is totally not fair for you to make a sound judgment on the relationship when you don't have all the facts. And that's why the Magician in reverse card is here because they're trying to give you the impression that they're going to be patient. You know, they're cool with working at your pace, but they're not. They just want somebody now. So if they feel like they have found someone else better, they'll leave. If they feel like you're not going to change your mind eventually, they'll leave. I think this is someone that just needs fast, quick, and in a hurry, and it's giving red flags all day long. See, with the 2 of Wands, it's like they're constantly trying to decide which path do they wanna take. Libra or someone else, Libra or someone else. Stuff that people don't got time for. This person could be an Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. All right. Let me know if it resonates, Libra. That's a mess. Very wishy-washy. I think this person, like, okay, let me just tell you my perspective on what I think is happening here. If you were honestly truly healed, and I'm talking to you, Libra, if you were truly healed and really ready for a relationship, it's a stronger possibility that this person wouldn't be so undecided about you and feel like they have to lie to keep you. So that goes back to my conversation I've had many a times to you guys. Do not date until you are ready. Don't try to jump the gun and get into the dating scene because unfortunately, on a spiritual level, a lot of times people can sense that you're terrified, that you're scared. They can sense that, you're pushing them away. And that's a turnoff to people. And you would think people will be patient with you, but people don't care about that. They don't know you. They don't know your story. People don't care about that. They just want everybody goes into a relationship for selfish reasons. I'm going into it because I want a relationship with you. I'm not going into it to be your therapist or to be your support mate or that's not what people get in relationships. So I think this is somebody that's saying, I didn't know I was signing up for this, but I like Libra, so I'm willing to try to see where this goes. But I'm going to lie and not be honest with Libra to just, again, see how this goes. And that's where you're going to kind of maybe mess up because a lot of you guys will stay in that energy of we'll see, I don't know. And it's going to cause this person to go off. So be careful, Libra. I hope that makes sense and makes you kind of decide if you really truly are ready to date because if this is your story, it's almost like a karmic cycle to teach you about that. Like you got to be careful with jumping into new cycles when you haven't closed out old cycles totally. All right, Libras. Thank you so much for your understanding. I just want to help. I don't need the folks in the comments getting just trying to help. All right, Scorpio, let's do it. The essence of life. Hello, hello. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energy surrounding Scorpio and the person that Scorpio is currently connected to in love and romance right now in this moment? All right, Libra, we have the Death card. We have the Lovers, Temperance in the reverse. Underneath the deck, we have the Two of Swords in the reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. They feel like this relationship is very unstable, not fair, poor me. This is a mess according to them. It's just too much. I think they're realizing that you're not who they thought you were, or you're not doing the things that they thought you would do, and it's throwing them for a loop. So if this person were to be completely honest with you, they're reaching their breaking point and they're kind of like, you know what, I give up. This is too much. Scorpio's being toxic, Scorpio's doing this, Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. It's all your fault, Scorpio, according to them, why this relationship isn't working. Yeah, they're also saying, I tried to extend an offer of love, an olive branch, kindness, love to Scorpio, and they keep pushing me away. Like, what else am I supposed to do? Yeah, like you keep rejecting me. So what am I supposed to do? See, you're part of the problem, Scorpio. You're part of the problem. That's why. It's like, what do you have anything nice to say about my Scorpio friends? My gosh. This person is really off the chain. You know what did it for you is the fact that you felt like this was a one-sided relationship. You actually did have pure intentions to clear the record with the lovers here. You and this person have a very heavy soul contract. So the love is there. I think the love is very real, very raw, very deep. However, the karmic side of this was a spiritual lesson of not giving someone more than they deserve. You were in a space in your life, Scorpio, when you met this person where you may have just been a wee bit willing to settle because you just wanted love so bad. You felt magnetically drawn to them. It felt enticing. It felt like a love like no other. And if this person would get off of their ego trip, they would probably agree they feel the same, which is why they keep trying to contact you or reach out to you, trying to reconcile with you. But where they played themselves, Scorpio, is how they treated you in the relationship. Hello, somebody. You're not going to just let this person treat you any kind of way and think they can spin the block like none of it happened. Like, what you supposed to do? And I can tell this person has a very arrogant, cocky, egotistical mentality because even in the energy of the reading today, it's almost like they don't want to take any accountability and they saying it's all your fault. As you reflect, a lot of you Scorpios listening to this reading is saying, been there, done that. I've learned it, wore the t-shirt, but I'm also learning the very powerful draw that we had. I learned that draw was intentional to teach me something. And I think for a lot of you Scorpios, you're honoring yourself now by disconnecting from this, but it's made you more self aware of who deserves your love, which is a very powerful place to be. So I don't think you're interested at all. Yeah. This is not something that you want to revisit or work through. And this person not happy about that, but let's see what their intentions are. The Fool, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they're done with you. I'm done with you. I'm so tired of you, Scorpio. They're bitter. They're bitter. They're angry. They're bitter, but deep down, they would just love if you would just go back to being the old Scorpio that would just give them the chance and hear them out and, all of that. Like this switch up game that you got going on, Scorpio, is unacceptable. Who are you? Like, who are you, Scorpio? Who do you think you are? Well, you're being yourself. Hello, welcome to the dark side of the Scorpio. When you cross Scorpio, you're going to get stung. Sting, sting. That's what ended up happening. Hey, it is what it is. They could be a Scorpio themselves. A Scorpio could have done this to you, a Sagittarius, a Gemini, a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Pisces, and Cancer. A lot of earth, a lot of water in the read. Let me know if it resonates, Scorpio. Good for you, by the way. If you are resonating with this reading, it's almost like you spiritually evolved and grow and kind of pass the spiritual test. Because with the death card, it looks like the cycle is complete. Okay. You you were tested by this person maybe recently when they tried to reach out to you and you passed the spiritual test. So now it's like it's time to level up. Very good. Very good. Hopefully we can talk about somebody else. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio loves Libra says, wow. Annette says, I'm a Scorpio. And Lupe says, yes, it does. Sagittarius is next. As the essential life says, we transform. Yes, yes, yes. You guys do. Scorpio Loves Life says, great job. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget, guys, to like the video, show your girl some love by subscribing to the channel if you're new here. And all of the people that are really enjoying the content because you've been watching for a while and you want to take your experience to the next level by joining our channel membership, please do so because at some point this weekend, for sure, I'll be dropping an exclusive reading to my members on what they can expect in August 2026. So you don't want to miss out on that. Let's get to Saggy now. Hey, Mela, you still here, girl? Hey. All right, Sagittarius, let's get it. Let me reshuffle, y'all. All right, here we go. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energy surrounding Sagittarius and the person that Sagittarius is currently connected to in love and romance right now in this moment? We have the Two of Cups, the Lovers, and the reverse, the Ace of Pentacles. Underneath the deck, we have the King of Swords in the reverse, the Three of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. This is someone who is a piece of work. Saggy, who is this? It's like, come on. I'm going to let you know that this is someone who wants to establish a relationship with you. But with the Lovers in the reverse, you feel like this relationship is not going too well. You also may feel like this person is toxic and not a good fit for your life, but they are so determined to impress you with this Ace of Pentacles. Hey, Janae. So when we get to the root of the issue, for a lot of you with the Lovers in reverse, you felt like you and them could not get on the same page. There's parts of relationships where we have expectations, we have standards or boundaries. There were certain things about this person, in my opinion, that comes across um, not a good vibe or not a good fit for what you're looking for. But there's something about this person willing to manipulate you into believing they're willing to do the things you need them to do to make this relationship get back on track. They don't want to lose you. They feel like you guys have a lot of history. There's already been things established between you two. So why give up now? Why start from scratch? I don't want to have to start over. Yeah, I don't want to have to start over with anybody else. I just want you. We got history. We've been together. We love each other, 2 of cups, we get each other. Come on. It's what's fair, right? So I'm confused. What's the problem? Why are you tripping? It's fair. Now notice how the energy is shifting and even my speech because the energy to me is almost like what? What did I do? It's not a big deal. Hello. Like and it's like yes it is. So they treat whatever they did like a casual mistake, nothing too serious to end the relationship. You're taking it too far. Sagittarius is not all what you think it is. I'm also getting this person isn't having any luck finding a replacement for you as well. So that's why they're like, I need to probably really consider going back to Sagittarius because at least Sagittarius is someone I can depend on being loyal, stable, very generous. That's what I'm really depending on when it comes to Sagittarius. But notice a lot of this energy is after the fact. I don't think this is the same type of energy you were getting when you guys were together. That's why you're not feeling it. Yeah, with the temperance in reverse, you're like, oh my gosh, you had all the time in the world to figure this out. Hello? Why are we just now coming to the conclusion that you want to choose me? Hello? I'm not available for you to come and spin the block. So I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I've moved on from you. I moved on from trying to get your attention, to try to wake you up, to try to get you to see that I was a good choice for you, that we do have great potential. Yeah, this person stressed you out. This relationship stressed you out. Some of you guys may have gotten so stressed by this person because they were just playing too many games. And you're like, what is it? What do I have to say? What do I have to do to get this person to understand me? What is it? Well, you may not know this, but this person may have been trying to get to someone else. This can be like an ex of theirs or someone else that they were trying to date behind your back. And you were serving as a place fielder or like a hold me down or someone to entertain for the time being. In other words, I don't think this person intended to like establish a serious relationship with you. They may have said that, they may have given you the impression of that, but that wasn't really the experience until they lost the third party. They started dating around, realizing there's nobody else better than you. And now they're feeling a bit stuck. Like, I gotta come hard. I gotta bring my A game. What is their intentions? Ace of Wands in the reverse, Five of Cups, the Star. So they're going to first throw a pity party about themselves um, and the situation, and then they'll eventually try to heal and fix and repair the relationship. For some of you guys, they're going to do something probably later this month or early next month to get your attention. They'll eventually get over themselves and try again. But don't expect anything serious. I think this is someone that kind of likes the idea of establishing a serious relationship with you, but this is also someone who likes the idea of having their freedom. They like the idea of being able to do what they want to do. That's what I feel like. I feel like this is like someone who's just really all over the place. Yeah, they're always on the lookout for somebody else. This can also represent them on dating apps, by the way. So some of you guys may have caught this person dating other people behind your back, talking to other people, texting, DMing, flirting, those types of things. Stuff that people don't got time for. All right. That's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Your person could be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Um, Aries, Leo, Sag. And Sagittarius could have done this to you. I do got Cancer as well. Let me know if it resonates. Again, it doesn't have to be those signs, it's just energy. All right, Capricorn, we're going to get right into it. Thank you to those who send me jewels. Thank you so much, Josephine. I appreciate it. Capricorn, let's get it. January, Capricorn Queen in the building. Hey, you're very welcome, Bella. Very welcome. All right, let's do this, Capricorn. The goats. The goats. Hey, Veronica. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energy surrounding Capricorn and the person that Capricorn is connected to in love and romance? Right now, in this moment, we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse, the High Priestess, also the Death card. Underneath the deck, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Queen of Cups. This person loves your aura, Capricorn. They feel like your energy and vibe is so nice and so pleasant, so loving and supportive. You really spend a lot of time on this person. I can also tell that some of you guys could be watching this a Capricorn if that resonates with this reading. Some of you guys could be like tarot readers, intuitive, very empathetic, just very in tune with what this person is probably going to do next. You may also agree that this is someone who can't deny how they feel about you as much as they try to teach treat you any kind of way or hurt you or act like they don't care. It's like this person has some feelings for you somewhere. They're just struggling with overcomplicating this. They create more issues for themselves than they need to. They make this more complicated than it should be. Part of them is wanting to give up. The other part of them doesn't want to give up, but because you're so silent and quiet and not really giving them a lot to work with, they kind of feel like they need to protect themselves because they don't know what you're doing. And with you showing up as a high priestess, you're very quiet. You're minding your own business. You're doing your own thing. But you can kind of maybe still feel this person or just kind of can predict what they're going to do next. What you may have also probably told this person or predicted was that they're eventually going to want to come back, that there's nobody that's better than you, that's going to treat them as good as you, that's going to love them and be as compassionate and sweet. Like, you're not going to appreciate a good thing until I'm gone. You're going to see. You may have told this person straight up, like, you're a fool for wanting to just let this go. But they've been on a string of bad luck. Like I said, they haven't found much successful relationships. And they would agree that they probably were not being the best partner when they were with you. And you're in a space now where you're realizing that this relationship, honestly, if you were to just step away from the fantasy of what this could be into the reality and what your intuition is telling you, it's telling you that it's not stable, that it's not going to lead to any type of abundant, stable opportunity, and that this person is just toxic. I think you've come to the conclusion that it's a painful truth that you have to live with, that this person took advantage of you, wasted your time, but it kind of feels like that narcissist empath dynamic, sort of. And I'm definitely not diagnosing anybody. I'm not a doctor to do that. But if you kind of know that dynamic where this person is very toxic and very low vibrational, and they come into your life because you bring a lot to the table to make them feel important, make them feel secure, make them feel like they're getting something great out of the deal without having to get too emotionally wrapped up in this. I think you hate that you gave this person your heart, knowing that this is someone that can't give you what you need. Tell me about this high priestess. Yeah. Also, this silence that you're doing, I would call it a silent treatment, but I'm gonna just call it silence. It's helping you heal. I think you knew you had to go no contact or cut them off in order to heal because the connection is so strong for you. The temptation is so strong. That's the only way you can break free from this devil. It keeps coming out. It's like, geez. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There goes the narcissist, devil, and the magician in reverse. There it is. And I predicted that. So, yeah, this is somebody who is a massive manipulator, like a narcissist. The magician in reverse is a narcissist card, but with the devil attached to it, this person's very dark. Very, very dark. And I think a lot of you Capricorns are also beating yourself up because now that you're looking at the facts and seeing what it is and not leaning into wanting to help, heal, support, because that's what you were leaning into. Maybe I can help this person. Maybe I can support them. Maybe I can. Mm-mm. That's not your job. Your job is just to be their partner. That's it. Not, help them or heal them. They need to go seek the Lord, seek a therapist, seek a psychiatrist, seek a doctor for some psych meds or something, but they don't need you to fix their issues. That's something they got to do on their own. So big lesson here for whoever resonates. This is a very sensitive topic, so discussed here. So it's not for everyone. I just want to throw that disclaimer out. So, but if you this is your reading, I can say you're on the right path now. There was a lot learned about karmics versus healthy and listening more to your intuition because many of you guys may have also been warned, but you wanted to just stay in it. And then you kept being betrayed more and more and more and more and more. I'm also getting the letters P, M, B, C. So somebody can have those initials in their name, by the way. We have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra. All right, that's the main energy right there. Let me know if it resonates. You're welcome, Capricorns. Sorry if I yawned, y'all. It's only 11:27 p.m. and I worked a full day at my day job. I took a little bit of a power nap. And I'm exhausted. Sheila says, "You're spot on, Mika. Thanks. You're welcome." Hang in there, Capricorns, if that's your story. That was a rough cycle, man. That was rough. But you're doing better. You're doing great. Take all the time you need. Healing is nonlinear. Aquarius. Let's do it. January Capricorn says, Mika, you're absolutely right. This sounds like my former male best friend of 10 plus years. You ended it finally in January 2026. Good for you. I'm glad you ended it. It's a painful thing when you have to just step away from someone you love so much who is incapable of loving you, but you're hurting yourself if you stay in it. And that's the motivation you need to walk away. So, good for you Capricorns that had that strength. All right, Aquarius. Let's do it. Aqua game. Fred. Hey Fred, how you doing? It's good to see you here. Fred popping on the scene. Man, I haven't seen you in a while, Fred. Hey. All right, Aquarius, let's get it. Hey, Tran. Vicky. Hey, hey. Oh, you just got off work. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Good to see you, man. All right, Aquarius. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Aquarius. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energy surrounding Aquarius and the person that Aquarius is currently connected to in love and romance right now in this moment? All right, we have Eight of Swords, Queen of Swords in the reverse, the Magician in the reverse. Underneath the deck, the Nine of Swords, the Three of Wands in the reverse, and the Death in the reverse. You know, this person is really confused with the Eight of Swords. How the hell did you switch up on me, Aquarius? Why are you being so cold and so bitter and angry? It's breaking my heart that you're giving up on me, that you're giving up on this. I didn't expect this from you. So, yeah, with the Eight of Swords, this person is thinking a lot about the relationship, the way you're showing up. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up to them. Let's look a little bit more about what they're thinking with the Eight of Swords. Yeah. I think they're realizing the severity of the betrayal that they have caused you, Aquarius. I don't know why this person is just now figuring this out. But with the Eight of Swords to the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, I can definitely tell that this person's realizing that they waited too long to try to fix things with you. And now they're feeling lonely, feeling overwhelmed, feeling disappointed in themselves, feeling disappointed in the situation, feel like they should have judged the situation a lot better. They don't like this bitter, cold energy. Like you have nothing for them, and it's throwing this person for a loop. Fred, thank you so much. Fred says, thank you for your dedication to us all, Mika. Thank you so much, Fred. I appreciate it. You guys are so sweet with the super chats. That's the third super chat tonight. Thank you guys. And I'm so tired, Fred, but I'm pushing through. So yes, it's a real dedication for sure. All right. Back to the reading, guys. Back to the reading. They liked you when you were in their eye. Now, I don't think this is you, but they assumed you would be desperate, that you would be chasing them, couldn't wait to talk to them. Like whatever they did was a tactic to get you to chase them, but it's like a tactic that backfired. So, say for example, this person abruptly ghosted you or pushed you away. It wasn't because this person wanted to lose you. It was because this person wanted you to get desperate, get anxious, get overwhelmed, and be worried like, oh my gosh, I hope my person isn't going to talk to someone else. Oh my gosh, I need to hurry up and go to my person before they leave for good. Like they wanted that panic state from you. They wanted you to be so overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, I probably just need to call him. I probably just need to call her. Like that's the kind of crap they want. I almost cuss y'all. Just slap me. Just slap me in the mouth. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoo. That's the kind of crap that this fool tried to be on. Because they are fool. Because the wrong sign. Aquarius don't do the stuff like that. Aquarius don't do stuff like that. Now let's be honest, Aquarius. You may have given this person the benefit of the doubt in the past. Like, okay, I usually don't do this, but I'm going to give you another chance. And they took that as, oh, you're lying. You do this all the time. When really you were honestly being real. You usually don't do this, but you're going to give them a chance. So those moments, however that showed up for you, it may have shown up like you being in their eyes desperate, but you were actually trying to just see if this person can do better. But they looked at it the wrong way and got you all the way the game twisted. That's you were not desperate. You were not going to chase them. You know, but that's what they thought. That little poor little tutu, a little confused. Yeah, with the 7 of cups in the reverse, I feel like this person also is a little frustrated because they're not having any luck with other options. They've tried to hit up all the people from their past and nobody wants them. So they're hoping that they can have you as entertainment for the time being until they find someone else. So with the magician in reverse, I feel like this is somebody that plays a lot of games, doesn't take you seriously, just probably looks at you as like a sexual toy to play with, something fun. I'm talking about today, maybe not in the past, but today because you're acting this kind of way, they're not taking you seriously at all. They're coming towards you for fun, like a play toy. Since you've totally let this go, I can tell your life has been feeling so much better. Like you're learning more about good karma and breaking free from toxicity. Your life has been so much better, Aquarius. So, whatever you're doing to separate yourself from this, a lot of you guys may feel better, be thinking more clearly, getting a lot more accomplished. And I'm also getting with the Queen of Swords in reverse, if and when this person triggers you, because some of you guys had this person already try to contact you, they're going to trigger you. So when this person tries to contact you, they're going to trigger you. I think you're upset because this person made you their play toy. And yes, I said play toy, Fred, with the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, you're upset that this relationship wasn't going anywhere. It felt like a string along situation, situationship, just treating you like somebody's play toy. Like nobody got time for that. What is this person's intentions moving forward? And we're gonna move on. 2 of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 3 of Pentacles. So again, it seems like they've let go of any kind of third parties, any other options because they don't have any. They done ran out of options. Not your problem, but that's what they say. So now they need to get with you casually, hang out, let's talk, let's get on a good terms. Let's make peace, no drama. Let's sweep everything under the rug. All that stuff I did in the past, Aquarius. We good. Let that go. That's the kind of mess they're on. But with the justice in reverse of the sun, they know they did you wrong. This person is guilty as charged. They know it. Like I said, they have set back and they've reflected about their wrongdoings. They know good and damn well. I had to cuss because they know good and damn well what they did. They don't want to admit it. They can't talk about it because it would make them have to take accountability. And this is someone who does not want to talk about what they did wrong to you. They want to just sweep all that crap under the rug and let's just have fun. Be my little play toy. Right. That's what I said. Yeah. Eventually, they'll be gone again and the cycle repeats, and you know how the story goes, Aquarius. So let me know if it resonates. It just doesn't last with this one. They can be an Aquarius themselves, or you could be a cross watching Aquarius did this to you. They could be a Libra, a Gemini, a Scorpio, an Aries, Sagittarius, Taurus. I'm also getting the letters TACPRNO. All right. That's what I got, Aquarius. Let me know if it resonates. Pisces is next. Again, big shout out to all of the people sponsoring today's read. I got to give a shout out to our amazing friends, Green Eyes 7707, who donated $9 today to the channel. Thank you. Thank you. We have SBRN Leon, who donated $20 to the channel today. And our OG Fred, who is also one of our mods, who donated $20 as well. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I didn't expect that today. Thank you. Now, tomorrow, guys, I'm probably going to need to just do a collective reading. I don't got it in me, y'all. This retrograde is kicking my butt. No, when I say no energy, y'all, none. Y'all could probably see it in my eyes. I'm like, I push myself so much to be on this live, and I'm still dying. It's killing me, but I'm here. We on the last sign, y'all. Here we go, Pisces. I may even take a day off. I don't want to because I've already taken a day off, so I'm just pushing myself. But we just gonna do a collective read. You have no energy today as well, Trend. Yeah, it's rough out here, man. And then I had to go back to my day job too, so I'm just exhausted today. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Miss Hughes. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Pisces, let's get it. Princess Posh in the building. I know, y'all. You're right. I do need to get some rest. Thank you so much. I am. I'm going to get some rest after this live. I'll do my mini reading that I have to do. I'll do that tomorrow. Here we go, guys. Pisces. I got somebody that booked a mini reading. So rest is important, Trend. You're right, girl. All right, here we go. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Pisces. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. What is the current energies between Pisces and the person that Pisces is currently connected to in love and romance right now in this moment? We have the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. Underneath the deck, We have the Page of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Justice in the reverse. All right. Someone is hoping that they can get lucky with establishing a relationship with you of some sort, but what they're not telling you is that they're studying you and they're watching you very closely to kind of know the right approach or tactics to use in order to get what they want out of the connection. Be careful with this one, Pisces. I don't know who this is, but or who this reading is for, but whoever it is, this is someone you have history with that may have been going through some difficult times during your separation or breakup, and they want to get unblocked and begin to establish a new start. They feel devastated though that things are not going in their favor. So I think they had a plan of how things were going to go between you, maybe the third parties. Things just are not going right, and they're starting to see that the only way that they can get you to trust them or hear them out is to not be upfront and honest with you. But they got to study you first, okay? Be careful, be careful. I can also tell this person is non-committal. They don't stick around long. They're not very loyal. A lot of you Pisces may have predicted that this person will reach out to you, and it feels very one-sided for you when they do. You're tired of feeling like this relationship is not going anywhere. You're tired of feeling the in and out effects. It just off and on and out. You're tired of the player. That's what you're saying. I'm tired of this person being a player, Mika. So I probably need to consider going another direction. Consider something else, which is giving up on this totally. You tried though. I think Pisces is fair to say you tried everything you can do and nothing's working. And that's the frustrating thing, that you are trying to be the more supportive partner. But for you to be a water sign and be having all this air and earth energy, I think you're reaching a space in your life now where you're using a lot more logic with this person than your emotions. Maybe in the past you were a lot more empathetic, but now you're being very cold with the King of Swords. Very cold, very sharp, very direct, very blunt, very hey, hey, hey. Tired. You're just tired of it. So what is this person going to do next then? Let's look at that. The Death, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and the Five of Swords. So they're going to stop being selfish for the time being because being selfish hasn't served them very well with you or with other people. But even with the Five of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, it's hard for them to stay consistent. I can tell this person does things for a temporary amount of time and then they go right back to what they were doing because it's just hard. You know, some people just really struggle with being mature. Some people just struggle with being consistent because relationships truly are just honestly you being selfless, being a selfless thing. You know, some people can't be selfless. They're selfish and they find themselves in cycles where things don't work. So you got to be very careful with this person because even though they seem very genuine and very hopeful and very positive, a lot of Pisces that resonate with this reading would agree it always starts off that way and then they end up going right back to what they used to do. Because for them, it's all about not necessarily having to change, but all about willing to kind of like get you to change your mind to kind of let them get away with whatever they want to do. Again, it's giving big player energy. It's giving someone that doesn't really know what they want, inconsistent. It's a lot going on here. And the crazy part about this person's energy is they know they're doing wrong, but they don't necessarily want to change it because it's not something they're interested in doing. Now, I know I'm gonna get some people that may say, "Well, what about new love?" Um, is not coming up in this reading. So if you want to know about new love, book your personal reading. But it is what it is. Your person could be a Cancer, an Aquarius, a Taurus, a Scorpio, a Leo. All right, that's what I have. And I say that because, I do these all signs readings and y'all be like, well, what about new love? I think a couple of signs we talked a little bit about it could possibly be a new person. And that's the thing. As readers, we don't know. We just read energy for the collective. And so it could be for a lot of you a scenario where it's a new person, but it feels like your ex. Or it can actually be your ex because you're single and you haven't met anybody new. So it just depends, just energy, okay? All right, I'm gonna stop the reading right here so I can get some rest. I'll timestamp everything for you guys. Don't forget, I do offer personal readings at my website, MikaDivineSpiritualGuidance.com. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I am exhausted. Good night, everyone.